Alright guys, Lewzi here. Today I'm bringing you a different kind of video. This video is going to be a thumbnail video, which I never do. If you want to create thumbnails like this, for Warzone, multiplayer, whatever you choose, these are very easy. I did these in under like 25 minutes. Very easy. Even you can do them. Anyone who doesn't have a lot of knowledge about Photoshop can do them. That's why I want to make these videos, just to make everyone aware that they can easily do them. So first thing you want to do is you want to hop into your conjugate of choice, whatever you're using. In my case, I'm going to be doing Vanguard, so I'm going to be doing that. And then I'm going to load up a private match. I'm trying to commentate over this, so this is I've never really done this before. Then you want to hop into a custom game. Now these steps are very important, so go to choose a map that is colorful and vibrant, and preferably daylight. It helps the thumbnail, helps the click-through rate a lot. So maps like Paradise, Radar, Shipment, I can't remember, Subpens, there's a few others as well. But yeah, what you want to do is you want to go over to the settings, set it to free for all, go to gameplay, go to hardcore mode, enable that, and then head over to the field upgrade and disable that, so you haven't got the little white dot in the bottom right hand corner. And then what you want to do is you want to choose your class. This is any class that you wanted to use. One thing I will say is make sure you've got the best attachments on that make the gun pop on the thumbnail. So in this, I don't actually use like the 5-round mag. I'm going to quickly skip by this. I use the 20-round mag. It just bulks out the thumbnail and it looks a lot cleaner when I put the camo on. So yeah, once you've done the class setup, you want to go ahead and choose a nice camo. I haven't got atomic or gold or anything like that, but I got zombie gold, which looks insane on thumbnails. So yeah, that covers the 3-line entirely. Then what you do is head into the free for all on Radar, start it up. Now once we're in, I'm going to be looking for the best lighting and the best color on the map. I want to show you something when I'm inside of a map. There's no lighting or anything like that, so the lighting is very important on thumbnails, etc, etc. If you go outside, look, the white spots on the gun, that is very important on a thumbnail, because we can make them pop, and that's what we're going to do today. So what we're going to do is find the best, I don't know why I'm getting packet best, by the way, I'm private match. We want to find the best lighting possible. You can search around the map, that's what I did. And I found this one and a few other spots as well. There's no inspect on this game, so you got to keep shooting and then go back to recording or whatever and screenshot it. So yeah, as I said, I took a few screenshots around the map. I couldn't really decide, so yeah, this packet was really annoying. Yeah, so we're going to our Elgato recording. I know Elgato recordings aren't the best quality, but it's what I have to work with right now, because I don't have like a massive $10,000 PC that can do an insane screenshot. But yeah, I'm going to be taking a little picture by clicking the picture icon here. That will screenshot what's on the Elgato at that moment, and then I'm going to find a few others just so in case I want to switch it up. Which I normally I don't think I do, but I normally do that. I normally have like 3 or 4 pictures, because when I do a thumbnail, if I'm not happy with it, I will switch the picture up and switch it through a few things around. But yeah, as you can see, it's very easy to get thumbnails like this. Obviously, if there was an inspect, it'd be a lot cleaner, but unfortunately, Sledgehammer Games didn't allow inspect this game for some reason. I don't get it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Photoshop, get my canvas ready. That's the artist say, and then I'm going to drag these screenshots right here. I'll show you what they look like. Pretty cool. Drag all these 3 into Photoshop right there. Done. Then I ended up watching Mr. Beast while I ate some food. Got way off track. So yeah, back to the thumbnail. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to open my thumbnail pack. I will release this thumbnail pack if you want it to when I hit like 1k, I believe. I think I'm going to do 1k. I know that's a little bit of a stretch away since I'm on like 625 right now. But once I hit 1k and you know, get more traction on these videos and stuff, I will release my thumbnail pack with all my assets, screenshots of guns, etc, etc. I'll probably show it off a little bit in a minute, I think. But yeah, I'm not gonna be using the third one, as it has a packet bursting, which I didn't notice at the start, so I'm gonna delete that. And yeah, this one has a packet burst as well. I just didn't even realize, so make sure you haven't got packet burst. But yeah, this one is a really nice one, to be honest with you. I'm just going to stretch the clip out, make it look nice. At the top there you can see it's got the north and south radar thing, whatever it is. You got to get rid of that, so get that out of the way, and size the thumbnail up, make sure the gun's taking most of the space, but you've got a little bit of space to work with to put some assets and titles, etc, etc. And now what we're going to do is going to blur the background. Since there is a couple of ways to do this, but this is the easiest way to do this, a simple way, not too complicated. Like, you don't have to cut anything out. Normally I would cut out the gun and then have a full background, motion blurred, etc, etc, but this way it's just a simple, easy way for everyone to understand. So this is why I did it like this. I would normally spend about an hour and 20 minutes on a thumbnail, just to get every little detail there, but for this I only spent like 20 to 25 minutes doing it. So yeah, what you're going to do is blur the whole background at about 40%. I skim around the edges of the gun first, and then I just work my way around the background. I didn't make the size bigger, but I don't know why I didn't do that. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, you don't really need to blur the sky. Just blur the trees and stuff, just to make the gun pop more in the thumbnail. And then I'm going to get right into the crevices of the gun of the background. Blur that. Don't really matter if you touch the gun or not, it's not going to affect it a lot. And then blur the background, the little edges there that no one ever sees. And we're going to work our way all the way around the gun, trying not to blur as much of the gun as we can, because that is the main focus in the thumbnail, is the gun. Right, now I'm just going to skim over the thumbnail with a bigger blur, because in case anything I didn't actually blur and I missed, I'm always conscious about that. And then we are done with the blurring. I think it looks really cool already, but I'm going to go over it. I'm going to skim over the gun now with a brush, just to make the white lights pop more. You don't have to do this, but I would recommend it. It just makes it look so much cleaner and nicer. Just go over the light parts like I'm doing right here. Make sure your opacity is at about 30-ish. You don't want to make it too overpowering. Like them last two there, I just messed them up. They did not look cool or actual good in any single way. So now I'm going to blur the hand, because this is just, it just looks ugly. I don't know, it just looks ugly to me, so I'm just gonna blur it out. I realize I'm blurring the magazine a little bit here, because I just keep forgetting to resize my blur. But yeah, I eventually do it. I'm still learning like you guys, but yeah, I'm here to share my knowledge about Photoshop and thumbnails, etc, etc, because literally about a year ago now I started doing thumbnails, and there was absolutely ass. But now I've learned a lot of stuff, and you can too. Just stick with me. And yeah, this is the thumbnail pack, or my thumbnail pack. It's a lot of other thumbnail packs kind of combined into one. It's not actual my thumbnail pack, but it's a lot of free assets and stuff, etc, etc. I put into a pack that I use on thumbnails. I will be putting like Warzone assets as well in there as well. So if you want that kind of stuff, like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to be playing around with some color correction now. We've dragged our color correction in, and yeah, I'm going to be playing with some color correction. This is the hardest part about a thumbnail, is getting the color correction right, especially on bright colorful maps. You don't want to ruin too much of that color, that base color on the thumbnail. Well, yeah, I fuck around with like loads of color corrections right here until I'm like satisfied. This is probably like, it took me about three minutes just to do this. It's crazy, but I think I found one. I think it's like number 5, I believe. I'm not too sure. Yeah, but with the color correction, you don't want to make it too overpowering. If it's too overpowering, then it's just not gonna look good. It's gonna take away a lot of power from the other parts of the thumbnail, a lot of attention even. So yeah, I think I've kind of got my color correction now. I'm just going over, skimming it over again. I always make sure that I'm happy with the color correction, even if it takes me a lot of time. And then I turn the opacity down about 20 to 30%, depending on how bright the colorful the map is. This as you can see, that the difference there is next to none. That's a really good color correction right there. These are my assets, not my assets, some I got online from free packs and from packs I bought. These are just nature assets for like jungle maps that you use. They're very, very good. These are like personal preference. You can just move them around and make them, you know, look good. I would recommend you motion blur them if you have a blurred background, because otherwise it will take some attention away from the actual main part of the thumbnail, which is the 3-line rifle right there. So I'm angling the motion blur right there, making it like go outwards of the leaf, and then I'm just playing with it until it looks kind of nice. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hue this, go down there, click the little button, and hue and color, and I'm going to Alt F4, which I always fucking forget to do, is Alt and clip the image together with the color correction, and then I'm going to change it to whatever color correction I feel is good. I want it kind of like a dark, like dead green, orangey green type thing. I could have probably done this thumbnail a lot quicker, but I like to make sure it's like, I'm very picky with my thumbnails, so you could probably do this a lot quicker than me. I'm always like very attention to detail kind of guy, so that's why it takes me a little bit longer with thumbnails. But yeah, so yeah, I'm coloring the leaf right there. This is not going to be permanent, like where the position is, because I'm always moving things around. I'm trying new things, see what works, see what doesn't work. Like right there, that leaf is just pointless right there. I don't know why I even tried to put it there. Horrible. I ended up deleting the leaf, the second leaf even. It just wasn't working. Until later on in the thumbnail I added another leaf. It's just simple things like that. You can be creative, and that's why I love doing thumbnails. And I've pretty much deleted the leaf. It just wasn't good, so I added another nature asset, which I normally use for like Warzone specific kind of thumbnails, but it kind of works on this one. So there is like a tree to my left, which I did notice, and yeah, so that would be a very good spot for this. I probably would have made it a little bit smaller than it actually ended up being, but yeah, we're gonna add a motion blur to this as well, and a hue again, the same color as the actual leaf, well, as close to it as possible, because obviously they're not originally the same color, so they're gonna be different hue levels and color levels, etc, etc. So now I'm going to motion blur this, or Gaussian blur, I can't remember which one I did. I think I did motion blur, yeah. Same as the leaf, but if you notice, it's a little bit too much. It makes it look weird and very blurred, so I take about 10 off the original motion blur, and that looked kind of fine. So yeah, I added the hue, and as you notice, it's a lot different, because the original color is a lot different to the original leaf, so I had to play around with a little bit of the color until I was satisfied with the color. I tried to make it as close to the leaf as possible, so they kind of blend together in the background once blurred. I eventually got it. It took quite a while. Yeah, it's very hard to get the colors right in a thumbnail. That's why most thumbnail artists take a long time, is like color correction, make sure everything works together in a thumbnail. Graphic designers are very picky people. I ended up deleting the leaves on the left because it just didn't work, and it was just pissing me off, so I just deleted it. And yeah, I thought it was gonna be too much for the thumbnail. But now I'm going to add a nice little rainbow PNG just for the background to make it, because it's a very bright and colorful map. I thought, why not? There'll be it's a rainforest. There's normally a rainbow in the rainforest, right? I believe. I make it go from the radar around to into the jungle. It's not that much of a ISO or anything like that, or like it doesn't take away anything from the thumbnail, so it's a very good thing to have. Obviously you don't want it in every single thumbnail. You don't want it in like a dark room thumbnail or an inside thumbnail. So this is outside, so that's why I added the rainbow. I'm not very good at commentaries, as you can see. But yeah, we're gonna add a title right here. I don't really know what to call this, so I just called it like 3-line rifle, I believe, and I tried putting like insert text here or something. Very weird. This is my first time doing this video. I will improve. So yeah, just bear with me. But if you have learned something from this video, please leave a like, comment, and consider subscribing. I'm trying to hit 1k. Once I hit 1k, I will release my thumbnail pack for you guys for free. No payment needed. Yeah, let's try and get me to 1k. The title is a very important asset in a thumbnail. If that doesn't pop, then the thumbnail is not going to do well. The title basically of a thumbnail explains what's going to happen in the thumbnail, in the video, even before they read the title. Because most people, the first thing they look at is a thumbnail before they read the title. That's why a thumbnail is the most important, one of the most important assets in being a YouTuber, streamer, whatever you do. But yeah, I play around with a little bit of a stroke here, and the color I play around with as well. Don't want it to be pink, don't want it to be black either, Jesus. I tried like a nice little red to fit with the gun, but that just made it too overpowering, so I went with like a nice yellow. And it's kind of like I kind of want to go with like the Warzone Pacific colors. I know this is not Warzone, but the Warzone Pacific is kind of popping right now, so I went with like the orangey gradient yellow kind of colors, and yeah, it kind of worked. But obviously the rifle was like hitting the gun, which I wasn't really happy about, so I'm gonna change that and make the title a lot bigger. I need to make the spacing between the text a little bit less than it is right now. As you can see, I'm trying a lot of things that just might make it a little bit better. That's all thumbnails is, it's just trial and error. But yeah, I'm just spacing the text right now, and I eventually found a good spacing between the titles. One that kind of made it look kind of nice, but then I noticed that as it got bigger, it was going behind the leaf, and that's what I didn't really want, because I knew I was going to make the title and the text a lot bigger than it was, so I'm going to have to move the leaf, even though I think that position for the leaf is sensational. But yeah, so I end up making the title bigger here, I believe. Yeah, and make it bigger, just to make it pop more. Obviously this is not the real title for like a video or whatever, but I am giving this thumbnail away on Twitter right now, so all you gotta do is follow me there, subscribe here, and retweet and like, and you're automatically entered. The winner will be picked today, I believe it is, or yesterday, I'm not too sure. So yeah, just head over to my Twitter, and if I've announced it, I will be doing more of these every single month. So yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I'm adding another leaf because I think like it needs something on the left side there or on the title. I couldn't really decide, so I was just trying some new things. Yeah, I like try it, every single corner, etc. Obviously it was way too big. I think the size is perfect for what I'm about to do with it. I think I ended up putting it on the 3, I believe. I'm not too sure, or the L, maybe the R, I am not too sure. I should have commentated. No, that doesn't look good. I think that looks alright there. See what I mean? It's very hard for a picky person to do a thumbnail in like a certain amount of time, but yeah, I think that looks kind of good there. I'm going to Gaussian blur or motion blur it again, and same as the other leaf, just so they look the same and not distorted. And then we're going to hue it the same as the original leaf. You can copy my settings if you want to, but feel free to play around with the colors, you know, make it exciting, make it unique. There we go. That is the leaves done, and the title. It's not amazing, but it is a decent thumbnail for under 25 minutes. As I can say, anyone can do this, even if you don't have any Photoshop experience. If you have any questions about Photoshop, just let me know down in the comments and I will help you out. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some particles just to make the thumbnail pop, so the background's not just boring. When adding particles, you gotta imagine yourself in the jungle and what you would see particle wise, and that would be like little grains of dust, little like what are they called, like dust particles, and something else I can't really think what it's called, little light dots things. So I kind of went like, I was gonna go for this one because it has little dust particles and stuff, but I ended up going with this light one. I think, yeah, here. I kind of like this one. I use this one quite a lot in my thumbnails. It just makes the background pop a lot. Now with this, because you haven't cut the gun out, it will come over the gun, but that is not a problem at all, because you can actually just quickly blur it, as you will see in a second once I make this full screen. And yeah, as you can see, it's on the lens, it's on the hands, it's etc. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that over to the top and blur the particles. It's not going to blur 100%, but it's just going to make it a lot nicer, because then it's realistic. Like it's going to be dust particles, light particles, etc. in the background and on the gun. Just makes it look more realistic. So I blur them about 40%. Again, 40% strength, and I'm going to blur the hand as well. It just makes it look more realistic. In the jungle, etc. Your hands are not going to be like dust free or whatever. But yeah, I definitely think the rainbow was a very good call. But yeah, I think that's literally it for the thumbnail. Took 25 minutes, 23 minutes 30 right there. I'm just going to save it right now, and yeah, I'm going to show you the final product of what it looks like. What I would recommend if you ever want to do thumbnails is never save your thumbnails as a PNG unless it is under 2 megabytes, because most of the time it goes above 2 megabytes, like 2.1, and it's so annoying. So save it as a JPEG. It will always be at like 1.2 megabyte, 1.1 right there, and maximum quality, always choose that. Obviously, you want the best for the thumbnails, and then we're going to save that. And now I'm going to quickly show you what it looks like as an actual thumbnail. And there it is, guys. That is our thumbnail that we have created in under 25 minutes, I believe. I'm going to title this. I definitely could have done it a lot sooner. But yeah, if you want another video, like, comment, subscribe. Let's try and gain 30 likes. And yeah, let's get road to 1K. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And yeah, peace.
Walking through my thoughts, cause I live inside my head. All this money that we got.